There's this kid that I was in love with that ever since I first saw him. He was gorgeous. He had a gorgeous body, and he had the smallest penis I've ever seen in my entire life. And he was to the fullest extent of hardness, and he still wasn't hard.
It's not the usual scene you think of when you hear about teen sex. Teenage girls sexually active and proud of it.
The first time I ever had sex, I was 11, and we just threw a blanket in there and we went right at it. And
how old was the guy?
16.
Were you in love with him?
No. No. I just wanted to lose my virginity.
The fact is that high school girls are having more sex than ever before. Half of all unmarried girls between 15 and 19 have had sexual intercourse. Usually, we think of the teenage boys that are making headlines because they have sex on their minds. But these teenage girls say they're keeping score, just like the guys.
Me and my boyfriend, we've been together for, I think, a month and a half, 2 months, something like that now. And we've done it like over 100 times.
Well, what is going on with teenage girls? For them, has sex become a sport? Please meet 15-year-old Jennifer. She says she began having sex at the age of 11 years old. Since that time, proud to say she slept with 15 different guys. Angela's 14 years old now. She began having sex this year. She says she loves it so much she spent over $700 on phone sex alone. Next to Angela is 17-year-old April. She says she likes to brag about the 35 different boys she slept with. And then there's Jessica and her best friend Carly. They are both 15. They say they love to compete to see who can have the most sex with boys. Now, Jennifer, you're 15. I don't want to exaggerate or talk about your sex life. You tell me. How active are you?
Well, Sally, during the day, me and my boyfriend, we have sex 3-4 times a day, if more. If I can get it more than that.
Uh-huh. And how many partners? About 20?
About 15.
15 or 20. Okay, Angela, what about you?
Me?
How much sex?
My record is 7 times in one day.
Okay. Let's go on to April.
How much sex?
Yeah, how much sex? Not necessarily in one day, but in your life. How much sex?
Oh, God. I don't even know.
Don't know.
Lost count.
A lot? A little? Compared
a lot.
to your friends?
I've just lost count.
Oh, okay. Jessica?
That's Jessica.
Oh, not that many times a day. Maybe once or twice a week.
Once or twice a week. Yes. What's happened? Do you not fit in with this crowd?
You poor girl.
Carly?
It depends on if I'm in a relationship. If I'm in a relationship, then I have it once or twice a day. If I'm not in a relationship, then it varies a week.
Okay. Do you in any way feel that this is unusual?
No.
No?
No.
It's fun.
It's fun?
Why stop?
Okay. What about when they say, well, maybe that's a bit of slutty behavior? What's your answer?
They're always going to say it's slutty behavior, but guys, if a guy has sex, he's a stud and he's awesome. But if a girl does it, she's a slut and a whore. And that's not right, because a woman should have the same rights as a man.
Okay.
So, right on girlfriend.
Would that be a reason for bragging about it, or would that be a reason for having a lot of partners and having a lot of sex at your age, because to be equal with the guys?
No, once a girl has sex, I mean, you get the feeling of it, and you're not going to stop. You're going to want to keep doing it and doing it and doing it.
Okay, let's go down who. Who do you want to do it and do it and do it with?
Well, preferably right now my boyfriend, but next, I don't know.
He could be gone next week, and then it would be...
Who's ever in line?
Who's ever in line. You agree? Who's ever in line. Okay? Let's go to, now that we've done who, let's go to where. Where?
Anywhere.
Anywhere. Where's
In
the
the
most...
pouring rain on top of a car.
Pouring rain on top. Is that the most interesting time?
I think that's one of the, in the pouring, it was lightning and thunder, and it was fun.
And dangerous.
A rocking chair. On a stove.
On a stove. In a rocking chair. What about you?
On a Ferris wheel.
On a Ferris wheel. At the top or bottom of the Ferris wheel?
At the top.
Does your reputation, does the word reputation come into this at all?
No.
None.
I don't see why, because most people that I know are having sex, and that's where I'm from. It's a big thing. Everybody's like, if you're doing it, you're doing it, you're in. And I don't do it to be in, I do it for pleasure.
Bad reputation is big in my school.
A bad reputation is cool?
No, it's bad. It's very bad. A lot of people are very calm and conservative and don't really believe in having sex before marriage, and they're really, you know, not for it.
It's a very small town.
Yeah.
You too. Yeah. So what do they think of the two of you, if there is such a thing as a bad reputation?
We don't have very good reputations at all.
You don't? Does that bother you?
In a way it does, but in a way I just don't care.
You don't care. Why?
Because I have to like myself. Nobody else has to like me.
Okay, you feel the same?
Yeah, I think guys, when they say girls are sluts, they may talk about it with other people, but they know themselves that they want you more. I'm not saying it's good to be a slut. I mean, I'm not saying that any of us are. But
Angela, I understand you had a very active weekend here in New York City. Okay, we had a crew with you yesterday. Let's take a look at this. This is the park.
How old do I look?
You look about 16.
Well, you know what? I'm 14, but that's all right.
Oh, okay.
Let me do
That's what I
it,
thought.
babe. You want to have a kid?
One day.
One day?
when
Well,
I'm ready.
today. Today
Can't
is
be
one
today.
day.
Can't be today.
Today is one day. I'm telling you
But I'm
straight
very
up.
flattered.
You're very flattered?
Yes, I am.
I'll flatter you even more. Give me a hug. I gotta go.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care.
Did you invite him to come to see you in the hotel?
I just told him I was staying at the...
Uh-huh. But you didn't invite him. You just told him where you were staying.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to Jennifer. Jennifer, you started having sex when you were 11. What does mother think about your having sex? Does she know?
My mom doesn't like the fact that I have sex, but I mean, she tells me if I'm going to use protection.
Okay.
Because she doesn't want a little baby running around the house.
Do you want a little baby running around the house?
No, I used to, but I don't now.
Most fun was when you had sex in a car with another couple also having sex?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. April, who's had 35 lovers, thinks that black men are better.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because they're more experienced and they don't just lay there like all the white guys do.
Mm-hmm. White guys lay there.
Right on April.
April is big on malls. You pick up people in the mall and go out and have sex that night, right?
Yes, I met a guy at the mall one night and we had just known each other for like 30 minutes and we was at a red light and I said, well, I know what you want and I know what I want, so let's do this. So we pulled off on the side of the road and got busy.
Okay. Your brother is mad at you. Why is your brother mad at you, April?
Because he thinks I'm a slut. I mean, he goes out and does the same thing that I do. But, I mean, he's a guy, so he don't have a rep.
Coming up next, let's talk to a 23-year-old. She happens to be a virgin, and you will not believe what she has to say to these young ladies and also what you have to say to them. We'll be right back.
No, I'm not to fault for Jennifer's life, and none of you have lived in our shoes. None of you have hid behind churches, chasing her down, trying to get people to help her, trying to do the right thing, trying to get the system to help her, trying to get the system to arrest her father who molested her.
The most...
Me because the second guy I was with would undress me with his teeth, and I was like, damn! And it reached a point, you know, you're like, it pushes you more.
Today we are talking to teenage girls. This came about because of a great deal of bragging about their sex lives. By the way, we didn't get farther than Carly. Carly, let me ask you and Jennifer, if you fell in love and wanted to get married and wanted to live married for the whole of your life, which may seem to you like a quaint and old-fashioned idea, what would be special then?
I really don't know if I'm going to get married until I'm about almost 30, because I can't stay with one guy unless I'm really in love with him and he satisfies me. I can't.
Okay, but you wouldn't expect there would be nothing special about it, correct? Sexually, we're talking.
He has to be good.
He has to be good.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting criteria. Can I ask you what you think?
I just want to know when sex became an Olympic sport. I mean, it's once you start dropping out of school and breaking your back and falling downstairs and stuff for sex, then I think you have a problem. I mean,
First
do you
of
think
all,
you're sex addicts?
That's not how it is. Because sex is not a sport.
sport. It is a pleasure. And if we want to make it a sport, we will make it a sport because nobody can judge our actions. It's up to us and nobody else.
Okay, let's talk about, this might be interesting. You are from Oregon, California, Pennsylvania, where else? Where
Alabama.
Alabama. Yes.
Don't you feel any commitment to any of the fellows that you go with?
Of
or
course,
is it a
if you
numbers
find
game that you play?
if you find the right person, of course there's going to be a commitment sooner or later.
It's
How
not
would
like
you
when
know
you're
he
not
was-
with one person, I mean, who cares? You can have
Okay,
fun
no
with whomever you
commitment.
want to.
Yes.
I just want to know how you feel if a guy like cheated on you and went out and said, well, you're no good because you're all used.
Then obviously I'm not doing a good job.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your answer.
Obviously then I'm not doing a good job. If he has the guts to go and cheat on me for another person, then obviously I'm not doing my best to fulfill his needs.
Okay. Are you interested in, let's ask Carla, are you interested in any school activities?
Yes, I'm in, I used to be a cheerleader, basketball season's over. I used to be in forensics. I'm not going to school now, but...
Why?
Jessica and I got suspended.
Why were you suspended?
For,
Coming in late to school.
yeah.
Why did you come in late?
We were like 10 minutes late. It wasn't a
Okay.
big deal.
Jessica, do you use the pill?
I'm not anymore.
Do you use condoms?
Yes, I do.
When? According to you, occasionally.
Most of the time.
Most. Yes.
Look, I don't want to attack your actions, but you seem a little carefree about what you're doing. Aren't you guys scared of contracting something a little more serious like AIDS?
That's why you use condoms. That's why there's contraceptives. And if you can't use one, if you're afraid, double up. Or if you have to, use 3.
3. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah. A couple of you said that you wanted to get married when you get older and maybe have kids, raise a family. What kind of man do you think is going to want to marry someone like you that has sex all the time?
First of all, ain't nobody gonna marry you. None of us 5 girls, so you ain't gotta worry about it.
Aren't you girls, aren't you girls afraid of getting killed out there, picking up guys, just say, let's do sex? Aren't you afraid of that?
That's quite true. You were in Central Park, and if you pick up somebody in Central Park and you take them back to your hotel room, there is a very good chance that you won't live. Why do that?
It was just for the pleasure.
Okay. No, that's an answer. That's good enough. Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel bad for all you girls. You're so pretty, and you just seem like such nice girls. Did you not get enough male attention in your life? Were your dads, did they ignore you? What's the problem?
I don't have a very good family life. Me and my mom get along great. We're like sisters and we're best friends, but my father and I really never got along my whole life.
I've never had a dad all my life. He skipped out when my mom was 5 months pregnant. So I've never had a dad. So all it's been is me and my mom. And she had to work. She was a single parent, so she had to work.
Yeah, I think you're trying to fill a void for male attention in your life.
I don't think that's the case always.
I think it is a lot of time.
Okay. Yes, Matt?
What happened to the morals of the children of today? Do you all go to school?
What happened to the morals of the children?
Listen, I'm 45 years old, and let me tell you something. I got married when 21.
Do you have
and
children?
Yes, I do. I have 4.
How old are they?
My daughter's 24 years old. She's back there. And my daughter's a good kid. I like to know, where were your parents? Did you have parents that cared about you?
My mother cares dearly about me.
I don't see how cared about any one of you girls. Because if your parent was there,
How would you know
wouldn't
if
be
you
like
don't
that.
live at my house?
Well, let me tell you something.
How would you know?
Where
you
is your
parents?
Where is your parents?
You don't know anything about
I can see
me.
by looking at you what kind of girl you are.
I can tell by looking at you what kind of woman you are.
And you didn't deal with it. You make an example of all the other girls.
Wait a minute.
What happens to the virgins here? You making it bad for them that every guy
If they want to stay a virgin, they can stay a virgin. But you can't cap on my mom because she is single. She's done the best
Let's discuss a bit of virginity. Meet Kathy. Kathy wants everyone to know she is 19. She is a virgin. Meet Rachel.
I didn't know it was such a big deal.
Rachel is 23 years old. She is a swimsuit model and very proud to be a virgin. Now, you've been... listening, Rachel, we're going to start with you. How do you feel about what you heard?
First of all, I'm disappointed in all of us as a society because we've made this. We have created this. These are mistakes. These are pathetic mistakes. Absolutely.
No, first of all, wait a minute. It's not a mistake because we choose our personality. We choose what we want to do in life.
You did not choose to be the way that you are. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we do.
Until you try it, okay?
That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Sally, we're not talking about sex. We're talking about promiscuity. We're talking about an abuse of sex. We're talking about a focus of sex that shouldn't be there in your lives. You guys are kids. We're all kids. It's ridiculous.
But see, we chose what we wanted to do in our life, and we chose that we wanted to have sex.
In your life made it more easy for you to make the wrong choice. That's what happened.
But I chose,
look at me. You're all very attractive. We're all very attractive. I've never had sex, and I've never been in need for that sort of thing in my life. Exactly, but it's not too late for you girls to realize that what you're doing is wrong.
So what are you telling us to stop having sex?
You can't tell me. Yes, I do.
No, because once you do it, and if you, I mean, yeah, maybe I might stop, and then maybe I'll meet my right husband. Let me ask
Rachel something. Rachel, you're a model. Do a lot of people hit on you? You're not only a model, you're a swimsuit model, which I would think would make it even more difficult.
Horrible.
Do a lot of people hit on you?
Yes, they do.
What's
Certainly.
your feeling about that?
First of all, I don't think it's fair that one of the women said back here, or you might have said that I can tell just by looking at you what kind of woman you are. That's not necessarily true. I'm sure there are plenty of people in here that when I walked in thought that cannot be the Virgin.
Right.
We've lost focus on what it means to be a woman, to be attractive, to be sexy, and not be having sex with everybody. There's no reason to make that equality.
Kathy is a little younger, 19, which may be more in a relationship. What's the thought about you and your sex life?
I'm a big thing into my thing is waiting till I'm married because I feel that's the only commitment that really is what sex is for. Sex is about being a parent. Sex is about becoming one with someone. I feel that and marriage, what it's become today is a travesty. And what we need it to be is to be something important to us and to say, okay, marriage is a bond that I will share with one person.
I don't think there's anything wrong with these girls having sex. I would have sex with them anytime. Their choice.
Okay, their choice. Nothing wrong with it, it's their choice.
I'm going to say you're pretty good looking.
I don't understand why everybody got a diss on these 5 girls for. You got husband and wife. Half the kids that they have are mistakes.
Okay.
And you are dissing on them because they're having sex.
Okay.
Is that a good thing?
Then what's good about that? What on earth are you talking about?
It's pleasure, right? It's pleasure. You holding up for what reason?
You know, I'm not dissing them. I'm not dissing them. I walked out here and said, well, I'm dissing society because we created this environment for them. We created the lack of parental guidance that they've gotten or they haven't gotten.
All right, let me ask you one question. Why are you holding out for?
What am I holding up? Marriage.
Marriage.
Exactly. That's the only way it should be. There's no question of that. And I am not in want for a...
So what if you never find a guy that wants to marry you?
Well, then I never have sex. My life will be fine. I am just fine the way I am. Sex is not... You know, it's something that you don't understand. Sex is not who you are. It's not who you are. Your identity, it should not be sexual, girls. You're missing the point. It doesn't have to be that way. You can be beautiful, attractive, you can date. I date everyone in the world. But I don't have to sleep with any of them.
I date a lot of guys
I have control over my life.
I date a lot of guys too. Don't mean I sleep with them.
I sleep with every single one of them.
Okay, yes.
You know what I think we're doing is I think we're blaming these young women when we really should offer them compassion and understanding.
You're right.
And the sense that sex within the context of an intimate relationship is the best thing in the world, and I wonder about, one, why you're smoking, all of you, for one thing, and whether you think you'll ever be able to be intimate and faithful to someone in your life.
Okay, I'm not going to disagree with you, okay, and I don't mean to sound rude, but we didn't come on the show to ask for your sympathy, okay? We came on the show to show you that half of our school, 75% of our school, and many schools in this United States are having sex, and the reason why they're having sex...
Why does it have to be okay?
I'm not saying
doesn't have to be okay.
I'm not saying it's okay, okay?
No, but what
it's
you're
the
saying
enjoyment
is-
of having sex.
No,
I don't make sex a hobby. It's not one of my hobbies. If I
It's a
fill out a
very,
job
very,
application
very
and
important
they
part
say
of your
my
life.
hobbies are, I don't put sex.
Yeah, but it's a very important part of your life. life. You wouldn't be on national television telling everyone. It's one important.
What happens when you tell a young man you won't sleep with him when you're going out? What happens?
What happens? Well, sometimes it doesn't really when I'm seeing someone. It kind of just comes up in conversation a lot because there's not many of me around. But it's usually either, oh, you're a virgin, well, here's my number. Or it's, oh, you're a virgin, I won't have nothing to do with you. It's really extremes. It's sad, and I don't want to marry those kind of people, so it's not really a big deal.
So it isn't a big problem.
Yeah.
Coming up next, you're going to meet a woman who says none of these girls would be bragging about sex if their parents had brought them up properly. I don't know if that's not a simple answer, but we'll see.
I'm not safe. I'm not safe. I really don't use condoms when I should. And thank the God up above, I am very lucky.
In a recent study of couples, social scientists found that a full 50% prefer a squeeze to a pat. Of those who prefer a pat, 35% still like an occasional squeeze. Thus,
Much sex?
It makes me think that I'm special.
You haven't learned that love is not just sex.
Moms, don't miss part 2 of our special series on the next Sally.
In case you just joined us, you can tell that I've just been asking you questions and listening, which is the way I do things. And I guess maybe I ought to really respond to you somewhat now. I think you have to decide what sex is. If it is a recreational sport for you, which you said it wasn't,
oh, they should play tennis.
Then we got problems.
You can't have an orgasm playing tennis.
Oh, well, if you never had an orgasm in the first place, you wouldn't have known what an orgasm was.
Wait a minute, everybody. If it is something that you share with somebody that you love that is very, very meaningful, then the way you're behaving, we have problems. So let's talk about this. Let's all of us talk about it, and I know you'll want to too. Do you like yourselves? Because I think it has to be that you really care about yourself and think that you're somebody special, and when somebody shares your body and your mind and your time, they darn well better be special too. Is that correct? No. Anyone you pick up in the park or anyone you see can share your body, your mind, and your time. That is a way of saying, I don't care about myself. I don't think I'm...
It's my body, not my mind.
Your body is separate from your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you a practical question. Statistics say that 25% of all teenage girls get pregnant. 25%. So you got a 1 in 4 chance every time you lie with anyone for getting pregnant. 98% of you will keep your children. 90% of you will go through your entire life never being able to support yourself or that child, in a large instance because you do not go back to school and have no trade. Therefore, you and I as taxpayers will have to support you for the rest of your life. That's 1 out of 4 of you we're going to have to support for the rest of your life.
Can I say something?
Your recreation affects us all.
I am going back to school next year, and I am going to graduate from high school, and I am going to college, and I'm not getting
married. You're not going to be one of those statistics.
Or having children until I use foam, I use condoms, I use the pill. I'm not going to get pregnant.
Okay.
I can't say I'm not going to because...
Do you not feel, though, that sex should be a special gift?
I feel it did. I've only been with 4 guys, and people say, well, that's a lot. But yeah, but every one of the guys that I've been with, I've cared about. And we have liked each other, and we thought about each other a lot. Okay. So I'm not saying that I will sleep around with just anybody that comes up to me. If there's a bum on the street,
But you're in trouble because we watched you in the park.
Okay.
And you said to every bum in the park, I got to tell you, if you didn't mean it, you're playing with fire. Because somebody is not going to like that you didn't mean it.
Sir. I think it's just that you use the excuse wait until you get married to have sex and have children. Maybe because you don't have sex, maybe because you can't get sex. Because personally, I don't find you all that attractive. I think these girls over here, I would want to be with them more than I would be with you. So use that as excuse.
Let me ask you a question. Are you going to work and are you going to pay taxes? Okay. You are going to support 25% of all the women who think that way for the
Sally,
rest of
more
their
than
life.
that.
You are going to take it out of your paycheck, and you're going
Sally.
to support them. You will. You're willing to do it.
Yes.
Perfectly all right.
It's more than that, because if
Okay.
you don't get pregnant, if one of the girls on the panel doesn't get pregnant, they're liable to get AIDS. And that means all of us are going to have to pay it all over again.
Let's meet
Because
Ernestine
it's the same
Dixon.
problem.
Ernestine is a single parent, and that means something happened with you, who says these teens confuse sex with love.
Yes, I was backstage and I was like going berserk. They have no morals. They have no respect for themselves. Their self-esteem is very low. I mean, how you can't miss nothing that you never had. Okay, so therefore, it had to stem. It stemmed from their home. It stemmed from their parents. What went wrong from the start?
Have you been there? Have you been in their shoes?
No. Oh, never.
Never.
No. Oh, please. I'm a single parent because my husband and I are separated. Okay, but I'm married. But never have I been in your shoes. I wouldn't be in your shoes. One, you are entirely too, and you're on stage smoking.
I wasn't smoking, so keep comments to
Well, I wasn't talking to you. If you were not smoking, if your shoe fits, you wear. If it doesn't fit, you don't wear it, so you shouldn't be wearing it. I'm talking to those who were smoking.
What is wrong with smoking? My mother smokes.
Well, your mother is the one who taught you what you're doing now. Where's your mother? Where's your mother? Why is your mother on stage allowing you to smoke at the age of 13? That is against the law.
Which is
I ain't 13,
Jennifer's
thank
mother.
you very much.
14, 15,
right.
you're not 25.
Ernestine, this is Jennifer's mother.
She should just beat it. Just whoop.
Jennifer's mother, a lot of people in this audience are saying your fault that this is her life.
It's not my
Your
mother's fault.
What do you say?
No, I'm not to fault for
I would
Jennifer's
say no,
life, and
too.
none of you have lived in our shoes. None of you have hid behind churches, chasing her down, trying to get people to help her, trying to do the right thing, trying to get the system to help her, trying to get the system to arrest her father who molested her. That's why she's the way she is today.
Maybe she needs counseling.
I've been through counseling all my life, and it hasn't done me any good.
She had 5 years of counseling. She went through treatment for drug and alcohol abuse last year. I said, let's treat the abuse, the sex abuse. Oh, no, not for a year, till after she's clean and sober.
So you mean to
Because
tell
you
me they
can't
would
confront
not
those
treat her sex
issues
abuse?
the first year you're clean and sober, because it's traumatic.
But you're missing something.
No,
really
she does not
important
have the
here.
self-esteem that she should have.
Right,
because
you're
she would
admitting
take that away
You're
from her.
admitting that. This panel isn't admitting that self-esteem is the issue.
Right.
You're missing the whole point.
But
They're all
no,
here
this lady
bragging
and that
about
lady
their
says, I did
behavior.
something that created this child.
Well, you
Tell
should
me
help
I
her.
did not.
No,
Tell me
well,
about
maybe
the
you should
sexual
help build her
molestation.
self-esteem.
Let me tell you, Sally.
Hold on. If her father molested her, why did you not know about it?
Jennifer was molested when she was about 5 or 6 years old.
By whom?
By her natural
Oh, so
father,
now she won't go
who
around
does not live
molesting
with
other
us. We are divorced.
Uh-huh.
Jennifer did not tell me till she was about 10 years old, because she was so fearful of what the law would do. And most children who are molested don't want to go against the parent.
Right. What did they do to the man when she finally told him?
Nothing. The statutes of limitation in Oregon ran out, and there was nothing they can do for it, and he sits in Florida, and he's free to come and go. She has nightmares. Her self-esteem
But
is...
what do you think the problem with multiple partners is? Why?
I believe...
I can't believe
I believe what has happened with Jennifer is she is looking for the male who isn't going to hurt her physically, who isn't going to make her feel that she is crap.
Will you let her talk? You're absolutely right, and we all feel for you, and this is a very sympathetic audience.
It is a very
believe it or not.
volatile, but I am not the reason that she is
I
sexually
understand
active.
That. You're part of the reason. We're all part of the reason.
That's right,
Has let
society.
her down.
She's
Television
talking
has let her
about
down.
making
Films
love
let
on
her
the
down.
top of a car with lightning, and I'm thinking of Whitesnake video.
Right.
Exactly. That's
Exactly.
my point. The media has been
Sit
allowed
down.
to perpetuate.
This is Louise, mother of Angela. How do you feel about Angela?
I disapprove of the way that she's doing. I wasn't raised that way, and I disapprove of it. But the way that America is, the way that our government is, they choose. We have a choice. We have a freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to choose what we want to do with our lives. That's what our government, that's what the world is saying. And the teenagers, you better believe they've got ears and they listen.
Just because they listen,
there's a lot of
doesn't mean you have
adults
to
that are
say
more
everything that you hear.
promiscuous than our teenagers are.
They have a brain, too.
To make the wrong decision. You don't have the right to inflict your viewpoint negatively on society. They don't have the right to cause taxpayers more money because they're immoral. They don't have that right. I don't know where you got that idea, but that isn't the case.
And just because
the
you have
media
a freedom
has
of
let them
speech.
down. We as a community have let them down because the media perpetuates a myth that sex is okay, promiscuity is okay, it's cool, it's beautiful, it's sexy, it's great. Those are all the negative things that society is telling us. What are we going to do about it?
Are you going to
How are we going to keep this from happening?
I think we have an ongoing dialogue, and we'd like to talk to the parents. 50% of all teenage girls will have sex by the time they reach 19. Coming up next, a lady who will give us, I hope, some of the reasons why. We'll be right back with your questions.
Is sexually active, they say, oh, he's a stud, he's buff, and he can...
girls are sluts.
And girls are sluts and whores, and that's not right.
We are just as much studs as they are. Just because we don't have the big thing like they do, and the big bodies and everything else, we may have the nice figures.
If we were all staying virgins, they wouldn't be getting anything anyway, so how can we be sluts, you know?
Folks, the real fireworks are at Buddy's Carpet this 4th of July. We begged our suppliers, and your buddy in the carpet business came through. Listen to this. Commercial carpet as low as $3.99 a square yard. Residential carpet with stain protection, $4.99. Berber's, $5.99. Premium carpet. Ansel, Wear Data, Travera, Stainmaster, only $6.99 a square yard. There's no interest or payments till next year, but it ends on the 4th of July at Buddy's Carpet.
The Akron Ribbon Music Festival, July 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th in downtown Akron, features top national and local rib restaurants. There will be great entertainment all 4 days, like Restless Heart, The Four Tops, Bachman Turner Overdrive, and family fun for all ages. Don't miss Akron's Ribbon Music Festival, July 2nd through the 5th, Main Street and Cascade Plaza, downtown Akron.
Trading in your old car? How much do they offer you? Is that enough? Did you shop Spitzer? Are you sure it's enough? Until you shop Spitzer, you'll never know for sure.
We want your car or truck, and we'll pay you a lot of money for it. Whether you trade it in or sell it to us outright, we'll give you top dollar for it. So before you make your final decision to trade, come into one of our stores.
Spitzer, the last word in low price. On Vicky, we're changing the face of today's young teens with help from super stylist Jose Hebert and teen actresses from Saved by the Bell, Full House, and I'll Fly Away.
Ever since I've turned 17, I've been battling my weight.
The average American teenager does not look like a model on a cover of a magazine.
Watch as we turn 6 ordinary teen girls of all shapes and sizes into sexy young starlets. Christina Ferrari hosts on The Next Vicky.
Today at 3 on Channel 3.
I think that if you have sex with a lot of guys, you're not a slut. If you have sex with 1 or 2 guys, then you're Little Miss Press. I don't think so, okay? Anyone that has sex is now a mature person. Okay?
Very, right on.
A mature person.
We're not here to condemn or condone anything like that, but ladies, you need to know that it should not be a problem to say no thank you. No one should feel badly about it. Thank you for the educational experience, but I decline at this point. It should not be a problem. Y'all are all gorgeous, and y'all have a lot to live for, but y'all are very young. And this is a chance where y'all could, it's either do or die. You can make or break yourself right here. There's nothing wrong with having morals, ethics, and values. They're going to be good for you. When you are a grown woman and you are 25 or 30, you're going to look back and you are going to be proud of yourselves. And not only that, but think about the wear and the tear that you put on your bodies. If y'all are having sex the way you say you're having it, if you know what you're doing, then you know that you're putting wear and tear on your body. And you're going to find someone someday that you're going to love, and it's going to be hard, and he's going to know where you've been.
You know what? It even goes beyond. It goes beyond morals. It goes beyond ethics. Nowadays, it's your life. This is logic I'm talking here. I'm not talking, I'm a moral person.
I think the fastest growing cases of AIDS are among teenage adolescent girls.
Teenage female women, it's
yes,
growing.
it's doubled in 2 years.
And if you want to save your lives,
let me just say something. 50% of all teenage girls will have had sex by the time they reach 19. That's according to Jane. Jane, stand up. This is Jane Rinsler, and she has written an article for McCall's on teens and sex. It's in the upcoming issue of McCall's magazine. Now, in researching, how many teens did you speak to all over the country?
I've spoken to hundreds of teens. I've actually been researching teenagers since I was a teen, when I was 16, and I've been doing it for about 8 years.
Why are they having more sex?
I think there are a lot of reasons. I think one of them, certainly teenagers often have sex because it helps them feel grown up and more mature. I think that parents too often don't take teenagers and their relationship seriously, and so a teenager thinks, well, if I have sex, then that's a serious relationship. I think teenagers also want to prove that they can make their own choices. Sometimes the choice is to have sex, and sometimes the choice is to not have sex. But I think today's society is sending so many mixed messages about why you should have sex. Be sexual, don't be sexual, it's good, it's bad, you'll get AIDS, you'll get popular. The teenagers don't really know, they're not sure what the right choice is to make.
Is it unrealistic for a parent to say to their children, no sex till marriage? Is that unrealistic for a parent to say?
I think it's unrealistic for a parent to believe that by saying that, that's going to make the situation so. I think that parents forget that it is the teenager's choice ultimately. And they really have to educate them as to what the implications are, both physically and mentally. And people are getting married later now. They're getting married at 25. I don't think that should be the standard. I think that's like saying don't ever drink. It makes your child afraid to talk to you, afraid that they're going to mess up and they can't ever go back. You can have sex once and then not do it again until you're married. That doesn't make you a bad person. What you have to do is decide that you want to have sex because it's right for you, because you feel physically mature, you feel mentally mature, and you're ready to accept the consequences. I don't know that marriage is necessarily the standard that parents should be holding over their head, because especially parents today may not have lived up to that standard. Parents today are having affairs. Parents today aren't always setting the right example.
I don't think the five of us on stage are saying that to have sex we want to get popular.
No, I don't.
It makes us feel good about ourselves. No one in this entire audience can sit to my face and look me in the eyes and say it does not feel good for a person to walk up to and say, hey baby, you want to go out sometime? You want to get to know each other?
They don't do that all the time.
Not one person.
So in other words, what you're saying,
it doesn't have to result in sex.
Yeah.
You're missing the whole point
I'm
of
not
what it
saying
needs to do.
it has to involve sex. But
so you feel good when someone comes up to you. I mean, look at you. You're gorgeous. You're beautiful. So no one should have to come up to you and say you want to have sex to make you feel good.
No,
look
I'm
in the
not saying
mirror.
they have to
look in the mirror.
have sex.
Okay.
I'm
so
saying,
in other words, if someone comes up to you and say, would you like to have sex? You just say, yeah. I don't get it.
If they're good looking,
take a break. So that means the rest of your life you're going to be running out.
I've got a great job earning a good living, and it all started after I called for career training from national education centers.
If you're not working today, or if you're unhappy with your present job, you need career training. You can get the skills you need to earn a better living by calling national education centers.
I got the training and confidence I needed to work in the healthcare industry.
To improve your life and earn the kind of money you deserve, it's so important to find the right education. National education centers are dedicated to providing programs that can lead to an exciting, successful career. And financial aid is available to those who qualify.
I got hands-on training with modern technology.
I'm amazed at how easy it was to learn what I thought I'd never understand.
In less time than you think, you can earn your diploma in some of the most rewarding career fields. Day and evening classes are offered, and tutoring is available to help you with your education. Call now and get this brochure on career training from NEC.
I knew almost nothing about electronics before I started my training. Now I can inspect, troubleshoot, and actually repair complex electronic systems.
2 weeks before I graduated, I had a job waiting for me.
NEC also provides job placement assistance. Our staff of professionals will help you prepare your resume and will set up job interviews that can lead to a brighter future. And remember, financial aid is available. Call for our brochure and find out how you can start earning a better living. This could be the most important phone call you'll ever make.
Call now for this brochure and get more information about the programs offered by NEC. Classes are starting soon, so just call the toll-free number on your screen and let us know which of the following careers you're interested in.
For a new or better career, call 1-800-932-3600. That's 1-800-932-3600.
Are you an interracial couple who is being harassed in your neighborhood? If so, call us and tell us about it. Kind of quickly, Jane, why does America have the highest rate of teenage pregnancy? Of all the countries over and above India, China, every place in Africa, we have the highest rate. Do you know why?
I don't know the definitive reasons. I would guess it would be because we really don't know how to handle teenage sexuality. We don't talk about it enough. We hear people saying you're bad if you have sex. So of course someone's not going to go off and get a condom.
But that makes us number one in the world and not
We're
a
going to
place.
compare statistics with India, for example.
Yeah.
India promotes virginity.
Yeah.
No,
I said we're over India and China.
It's
Yes.
at least an option.
Can you guys tell me the definition of slut?
Slut?
Do you guys know it? Is that a good word?
A definition of a slut or a prostitute?
Oh, a prostitute, or both.
A slut is a person that has sex with a lot of people that doesn't get paid.
So is that
question
you?
for April.
Oh, you get
Is that
paid,
April?
prostitute, okay.
Do you
You
think?
don't get paid, do you? You can ask me.
April, do you think you're a nymphomaniac? Do you think that's a possibility?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure, go ahead. She's honest.
I'm a real good friend of the two in the end, Jessica and Carly. And I know them. They're real good persons, right? And I don't think people should judge them for the bad
I
things
know,
they
because you
do.
want to go to bed with them. Go sit down.
First of all, you don't know me, okay? You don't know who I am, and you don't know how my family is. I know what you said. Tell me what kind of person I am.
Smoking on
Go save your legs, okay? Because you ain't gonna get it if you have your legs.
Take a break. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for itch and pain relief from bug bites and allergic rash, look for Advanced Formula Benadryl Cream, now with soothing aloe. Benadryl stops both itch and pain, even the strongest hydrocortisones can't. Benadryl Cream and Spray.
How long does Replens relieve the discomfort of vaginal dryness? For days at a time. Call 1-800-4-REPLENS for a free sample and discover the difference of Replens. Vaginal moisture that lasts for days.
It's never fun to eat and run, to rush and eat too fast, 'cause you know it's gonna catch up with you at last.
For acid indigestion or heartburn with headache, nothing's faster than Alka-Seltzer.
Get yourself some Alka-Seltzer and you'll feel better fast.
Choosing a breath mint is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, an independent test shows Tic Tac freshens breath even better than Breath Savers. 2, there are 8 calories in each Breath Savers. 3, but only 1.5 calories in each Tic Tac.
You know someone who's suffering because of the accidental death of a relative? At Billfield and Sandale, we've helped many people receive compensation for the loss of a family member. Call me at 696-LAWS. Let's talk about it.
Tom Raper, Midwest's largest, in business 29 years. But who's counting? Thousands of satisfied customers are counting. They're counting on Tom Raper for huge discounts on new and used motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, tent campers, truck campers, cargo trailers, truck caps, mobile wrench, and 2-story homes. You can count on Tom Raper for your best deal. I-70, exit 149A, Richmond, Indiana. Open till 9, closed Sunday. 29th anniversary sale.
Save today, Tom Raper's way.
We want Schwabels, no other label will do. There's only one white bread that makes me smile so true. The name of that bread, Schwabels, of course, no other label will do.
Carly, what's wrong?
Sally, I'm not asking for your sympathy, so shut up.
Oh,
hang on, you guys, listen.
Listen to Jane, please.
This is exactly what makes it worse. It's not about you calling each other a slut or you're better because you sleep with someone or because you don't sleep with someone. I mean, we're all young. We all are struggling with peer pressure and with our own bodies and our own mentality, and you have to make the choices that work for you.
Well, maybe
and you have to live in a world where you're given the support that those choices are right. And what may be right for one person isn't always right for another, but the point is, it's not to point fingers at what other people are doing, it's to say, all right, you're my friend, you are sleeping with someone, you're not sleeping with someone. As Rachel said before, your sexuality doesn't define you. You need to think about sexuality in context that it's something that you feel comfortable with and you want to do or you don't want to do. That's the point, not who's doing what.
That's true, Jane, but I'm sure her parents have sat down and talked to her before. She probably never had it like this. So maybe now she's crying and she's upset. Maybe she'll go home and think about it. Well, maybe she'll go, maybe.
I'm
sure there has been people in her life who have sat down and tried to, mildly talk about it with her and, give her compassion. I'm not really here to actually say that she's a slut or she's a whore, but maybe that would change her views. Maybe this would put a different avenue on it. Maybe she has not.
I think it's right to make people think, but it's not right to judge because we really don't know what the.
I only know what she said. I'm only going by what she said.
Just shut up and let her
talk.
Can I say something, please?
Sure.
Okay.
If you're not any of those things, you shouldn't be crying. Because I know I wouldn't cry if you called me something.
Am I crying?
Not you. I'm not speaking to you, sweetheart.
Can I?
Sure.
Okay. The person who was just at the mic is a very good friend of both of ours. We have been friends for many years, okay? Nothing...
You haven't been to bed with him?
No.
Well,
he is
a virgin.
Because I can have
he's
friends.
a virgin. Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay. God. He's going to kill me.
Good for you.
He's a virgin, okay.
Can I say something?
No, you can't. You have nothing to say. Nothing. You have nothing to say.
Don't judge
yes,
me,
young
okay?
lady, go. I'm not. I'm only going by what you said.
All think it's cool, like you have bad reputations and like.
No, I don't think it's cool. I'm actually ashamed to go to school,
at the beginning you
but that's
said,
my life.
it was cool. You had a bad reputation. You're all bragging about you had sex with 35 people. I don't know what the people around your community or where you're from think about it, but if you were from where I'm from, you would all be looked at like.
Well, I'm not where you're from, so I get.
Well, if you were, then I mean, people would look at you as a piece of trash.
I have teachers in the audience.
Let me ask.
I have some teachers in the audience. Let me ask you, what do you make of all of this?
I don't know what to make of it. I'm very surprised. I think the self-esteem question is the
paramount, isn't it?
My daughter became pregnant at 18, and for the 5 girls up there, think about using a pill, a condom, anything. She became pregnant, and the thing no one has talked about, the responsibility, the baby died on his first birthday, February 20th, so think about that.
Sally?
We also often say, in fact, I'm going to give you a quote, the most devastating myth to parents today is that allowing teenagers access to birth control makes them more likely to have sex. Ain't true. Just ain't true.
You need to be responsible. You
Say no
need
to
to
sex.
accept your sexuality if you're going to do it. And I think that parents think that they're going to condone it, but to pretend that sex doesn't exist in the 90s is a myth, and to pretend that it's not going to happen or it may not be accessible.
But giving them the option. Provide options is wrong. It's just wrong. You don't love your kids if you don't give them the option of saying no.
You don't love them if you don't talk to them about it.
You say no to sex.
Communicate.
I want to make clear that I'm not judging you.
No one's judging anyone.
I'm judging your actions. I'm sorry. I'm a person that believes that I have found truth. And my truth is what the truth is. That God has given me this truth, and I think it's everyone's truth. I'm not judging you as people. You're right. I believe your friend when he says you're a beautiful person. First of all, you're gorgeous. And I mean, I think that, but I am going to judge your actions and saying what I think you're doing is wrong. I think there's no way in my mind that you can convince me that what you're doing is healthy for you. I'm not saying to you that I think what you're doing is wrong.
I just want to point something else out, which is a lot of girls lie the other way. A lot of girls have sex and say that they haven't. The point is that people aren't honest about what they're doing. People aren't accepting it and accepting whether, it's wrong to say it's right or wrong. It may be right for you, but the point is that we need to talk about it early. We need to talk about birth control if it's going to happen. We need to talk about protection against AIDS. But the point is to open the dialogue, not to let it get to this point where people feel bad because they are or aren't doing something.
Well, the thing is that if you're going to tell the truth, tell the whole truth. Talk about people who... Why do you think we're up here then? Well, no, I'm telling you that 28% of condoms break if you put them on correctly. People become pregnant on the pill because people don't take it responsibly. And when they do take it responsibly, there is a percentage where people become Well, then if pregnant. you're not responsible, you're going to have to be responsible for the actions that follow. But even if you're responsible and use birth control, there's still that big leeway.
So then when a person loses their virginity, they have to
no sex at all.
That's the best birth control.
But that
no
doesn't
sex
work.
at all. It does.
I'm sorry.
No
I'm not
sex
saying
at all
no
is the
sex.
best birth control.
Take a break. We'll be right back.
That's the best.
All over the Cleveland area, homeowners are calling Centennial Mortgage Company to discover their home's borrowing power. People like yourself are dialing 687-8080 and finding out how Centennial can help them with bill consolidation, home improvement, and many other personal needs. Centennial starts where banks and loan committees stop. So even if you've had credit problems in the past or can't verify your income, call Centennial now at 687-8080.
Honey, I'm home. You still on that couch? It's a beautiful day out there. Why don't you take Daisy for a walk? Fresh air will do you good. We'll make lunch while you're out. By the way, I picked up some Edie's cookies and cream.
Yes! Edie's. Evidently, it's not your normal ice cream.
This morning, my hair was straight. Then Bill called, so I decided to go curly. I used Wash and Curl, the curling shampoo.
Wash and Curl with special curl enhancers that work right in the shower.
Thank you, Wash and Curl.
Wash and Curl, the curling shampoo.
Are you crazy? Doing your nails in bed?
No, I'm not crazy. I'm using this new nail polish that dries in just 60 seconds.
Introducing Nutrinail 60-second nail enamel.
See, honey, my nails are completely dry.
Nutrinail 60-second.
Her sexy Hollywood novels burn up the pages. Next, Donahue, romance queen Jackie Collins, and some of the Hollywood hunks who star in her new and provocative TV miniseries. Jack Scalia, Phil Morris, Scott Valentine, Alan Rachins, and a special surprise guest dish the latest tales of romance and gossip from the high-powered world of Tinseltown. Romance queen Jackie Collins, next Donahue.
Today at 5 on Channel 3.
If you'd like to order a video cassette of Sally's show for only $24.95, call Video Archives at 1-800-FOR-VIDEO. For a transcript, send $3 to 1535 Grant Street, Denver, Colorado, 80203, or call 303-831-9000.
Since she's unbiased, I think we ought to send Jane around to high schools to talk to kids. You know what? We were just beginning to get to a dialogue. We were just starting to talk to one another. Thank you. We will continue.
Some members of our audience will receive, and a promotional fee has been provided by
Iowa's NSX 3500 mini system features a 3-disc CD changer, cassette deck, full remote control, amplifier, and 3-way speakers. State-of-the-art sound from Iowa.
Klondike ice cream bars. Big, chunky, irresistible bars of rich ice cream and a delicious chocolatey coating. What would you do for a Klondike?
The power of Bravo Boss. New 7 amps, onboard attachments, zaps dirt above or on the floor. Big power, low price. Bravo Boss by Eureka.
Paul Mitchell. You may see our name in the drugstore or supermarket. Don't be confused. We only guarantee Paul Mitchell when you buy it in a salon.
We decided to keep the cameras rolling after we finished taping, and the show took a turn that we never expected. Join us tomorrow when we continue this very hot controversy.